All right, Coach. Obviously, a critical stretch coming up with six games left in the regular season, starting this weekend with Kent State. Just kind of talk to me. I know we talked about it a little bit on Sunday. Just kind of talk to me about the prep work you guys are gonna do this week. I know the guys have got finals, so it'll be a little more individual. Maybe just getting in the cages a little bit. Just kind of, but just talk to me about it.
Yeah, yesterday and today is kind of on their own around their schedules a little bit. They get a little study break time, come in and get some swings in, get some ground balls in. Pitchers are getting some work in, but it's kind of around them. Tomorrow we'll have a team workout for guys who can be there, but obviously the final schedules kind of throw everything off a little bit. But we got some work to do to make sure we're ready for Kent. So we got Wednesday, and then we'll probably get a workout in Thursday before we hit the road to make sure we're prepared for Kent State.
I know you guys are just focused on winning the series, but obviously it's well documented how good Kent's been the last few years. They haven't lost a series yet this year. Is there a little extra motivation when that's the case, maybe going in trying to be that first team to kind of upset them this year?
Well, no matter where we're at in the standings, I think that what's a truth is that we're chasing Kent in our conference right now every year. They've been kind of the class of the league, and we want to be that. So I think every time we get an opportunity to play them, I don't care what our record is. I don't care where we're at in the standings. Our goal is to be the best team in the conference, and right now we can't say we're that until we jump Kent State. Now there's a few teams ahead of us right now, obviously, this season, but we hope to be the perennial powerhouse in our conference. And anytime we get a chance to play the team that can call themselves that at the moment, which is Kent State, it's a good thing for competitors, and hopefully that brings out the best in us this weekend.
Obviously, their Friday guy from last year is gone, but a lot of that team is back, and they've had a lot of success with that team, kind of the same lineup for the most part. Just kind of talk to me about what you saw from them last year, and what we might expect from them this weekend.
Well, I think they let their guys play a little bit more than some other teams on our schedule, and by that I mean they swing the bats more than other teams. They're not necessarily doing a ton of situational baseball. They've recruited talented players and they let them play. So I think the thing that's good and bad about that is Kent State's probably a little bit more likely than some other people to have a big inning because they've got hitters 1 through 9 that can hurt you. But I also think because of that, you can attack a lot of their hitters and hopefully get some swing and misses in big situations where you need swing and misses, and kind of play on their aggressiveness. I think it's similar to how we try to be in terms of letting our lineup go. Obviously, the second half of the season, we've played a lot more small ball than we had planned on doing to try and score runs. But it's what our coaching staff would prefer to do is let our hitters hit. But there's obviously there's pros and cons of that. It's kind of like when you watch the Reds play or a big league team. They don't do a lot of situational baseball. They run into some big innings. They'll hit the big home run with guys on first and second and nobody out. Some teams are bunting. Kent State might hit a 3-run home run right there, So I think that's kind of how they let their guys go. There's pros and cons to it, but we'll definitely try and take advantage of what we can.
Obviously, you and the guys know that's got to be a pretty good stretch, maybe 5 or 6, or even all the games kind of down the stretch here. How do you keep them one game at a time, though, and trying to attack each day as it comes?
Well, for us, we've got 6 games left on our regular season, and that's what we can control right now. We're going to put our best effort out for six times in a row, and we've got a lot to play for. And I think whatever happens with the conference tournament is obviously looming, but we also have our seniors to play for, and we got to send those guys off who've had awesome baseball careers from the time they were 6 years old to 22 years old, or however old some of those guys are now. That some of those guys' baseball careers are wrapping up, and every guy on our team, every 35 guys, owes it to each one of those seniors, whether the seniors are in the lineup or not, to play as absolutely hard as they can to send those guys off on the best note as possible. I think it's easy to remember for anybody who's done playing baseball now. You can kind of remember your last game and some of the emotions that go into that. And our seniors, obviously, when you're wrapping up finals and school's getting out, it starts getting a little bit nostalgic, I think, for some of these guys, knowing that they're kind of walking that last walk out to practice a couple times, and might be their last couple times in a batter's box, and they're taking that all in right now. And it's up to those guys to perform in those situations, but up to everybody else to send those guys off in the right fashion.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.